What up, y'all? I'm back with another video. My name is Angel. For the people who don't know, for the people who are returning, welcome back. Today, I'm going to talk about how to start a clothing line. Now, I know I've talked about how to start a business, but I want to kind of get a little bit more specific because people have been asking me, I want to start a brand, I want to start a clothing line. What are some tips that you have, and what are some things that you can tell me? So I want to share. Um, I have been in business for 5 years now, and it's been a huge learning curve because there has been nobody that has come before me, like in my family or in my close circle growing up, that has had a clothing line or a clothing store that I know about. So I just kind of had to basically get it out the mud, and with that, you learn different things, and you fail, and you try stuff out, and you figure out what works and what doesn't. So first of all, I think that there are a couple questions that you need to ask yourself. Number one, I think it's very important to ask yourself, am I just doing this? Why am I doing this? Am I doing this for money? Am I doing this so that people could think I'm dope? Am I doing this because I really have a passion for clothes and fashion, and I want to express myself in that way? I think your what and your why is something that's very important, and it's going to carry you through your whole entire career as a designer, or however you want to be identified as. But that's something that you need to definitely think about. Another thing is, what is your niche? What's your market? Who is your customer? Is it urban millennials? Is it middle-aged working class moms? Is it baby boomers that still like to go out and have a good time? Like, who is your market? Who are you serving? You can't just say everybody. Like, I hate when I ask people that, like, well, who's your market? And they be like, everybody. And it's just like, no, you're not, no. Because even stores and companies that serve a large mass of people still have, like, a description of who their target audience is. So I guess the easiest way to do that is, if you could think of your perfect ideal customer, what would their personality be? So I'm gonna give you an example. For me, my ideal customer is a young rapper from Atlanta who is at the studio, going to events, making music, but at the same time, like, maybe working a part-time job at the airport. I don't know, but that just gives you kind of a little snippet of, like, my customer. My customer is doing a lot of different things. They hustling, they grinding, they out here trying to do better themselves and do something for themselves and build a legacy for their family, boss mentality. But at the same time, they do have a life, and they have multiple things that they got going on. So when I go to market or post or make clothes, like, it's all designed specifically for my customer. And that'll expand as the brand begins to grow. That could definitely expand. I don't want to limit myself either, but that's something that you want to think about. Who is your customer? Let's get specific about who they are so that you can speak directly to them. I think one thing that people don't do, I know I didn't do this, is take the time to get your concept together. Just take your time. One thing that one of my mentors shared with me is that she actually has a really successful brand now. She's in LA, and she dresses everybody. And when she first started, she told me that she took a year to just have her Instagram and just post little, like, vibey things to just draw in her audience. Like, for example, she wanted to sell to, like, the party girl. Like, that was her thing. Like, the birthday girl, the birthday outfits, birthday dresses, the party girl, the girl with the funky personality. That was her niche. So she just posted, like, memes and different little samples and different things, and she had a name, and she just kind of got her customers ready for a whole year. Like, she took a year to just prep people. And then I think she said she had, like, 1 or 2 samples of a corset, and she said she would just post pictures of the samples, and she kind of, like, got people ready and got people prepped for a year. So when she finally did do a drop, everybody was excited for it. They've been tuned in and watching and looking and waiting all this time. So now she got people, I'm saying, hyped up. So far, we've got figure out what your what and your why is, who is your customer, take the time out to, organize how you're going to speak to your customer, and just while you get the back end stuff figured out, production, who's gonna be your manufacturer. That's another question that a lot of people have been asking me, is like, how do you manufacture these? And what I would do is, I was really big on like local, I still am, I'm really big on like supporting local people. So what I would do is I would just find like a local print shop or a local t-shirt company. Just Google, you'll find a lot of things on Google, or just asking people like, hey, where do you get that from? Or you do shirts, where do you get your shirts from? It doesn't hurt me to share that kind of information, because at the end of the day, I can give you the information. You still have to take it and go apply it. So just keep that in mind too. If you actually have a brand already and somebody else asks you, hey, where do you get your shirts made? Like, no, you're not obligated to tell them, but does it really hurt you to give them that information? Another thing I would say is to try to get an internship. Try to work for a brand, and hey, I'll come one day a week free. I just want to learn. Humble yourself, okay? And maybe try that. I did it. It changed my life. It changed everything, because I got to learn everything. So, yeah, that's just a couple things. I won't drag this on and on. We'll call this part 1, because it's a lot that comes with having your own brand. People see it and they think it's just so glamorous and it's so easy, but it's not. It's really not. And I do it because I have a passion for it. I don't do it for the clout or for the money or nothing like that, because I would say for at least the first 3 to 4 years, I wasn't in the green. Like, I was making money, but it was going to other stuff. It wasn't like my personal money or the business actually making like actual revenue. So, we'll get into the nitty gritty, but at least start with the basics. Why are you doing this? What is your reason for doing this? Do you really have a passion for clothes and fashion? And do you really have a message to portray? Who is your audience? Who is your customer? How are you going to speak to your customer? How are you going to communicate with them? And lastly, I would just say to really, really take your time to develop the concept first and get the information. Get under somebody, get a mentor, get an internship, go work at a local boutique or a store to just kind of see how it works and, how people buy, and just get the information and take your time. All right. So if y'all have any questions, please let me know, because I'm more than willing to, assist in any way that I can and answer them in any way that I can. But I want to thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.